Some more changes could be coming to the Saints defense. Mike Garafolo reporting that defensive lineman and veteran Jonathan Bullard is visiting the New Orleans Saints today. So we're going to talk about the potential signing. We're also going to discuss the changes that the defense should see on game days. But quick reminder to subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports and turn on your notifications. We're going to give you guys videos if there's any sort of rosters updates, any news, any rumors, anything that's worth knowing as a Saints fan. So if the Saints do end up signing this player, we're going to break it down here on the channel. So turn on your notifications. That way you never miss a video for Saints content by fans for fans. So Jonathan Bullard, he is visiting the New Orleans Saints today, and this is a player that does have a little bit of familiarity and some ties to the black and gold. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. We're going to break down this player because he does have some ties to Brandon Staley, and he does have ties to the New Orleans Saints from the time that they shared together in Chicago for the Bears. Now, it's worth noting, we're just driving straight into this. It's worth noting for Jonathan Bullard, he's coming off the second best season of his career in terms of tackles, the most tackles for loss in his career, so that's pretty solid. And I do think that he could be a fit for the defensive end position and the 3-4 defense that is now being ushered in to New Orleans. Out with the old, in with the new. Brandon Staley's defense is in, Dennis Allen's defense is out, and Jonathan Bullard could be a player that can help usher in the new defense, and he can be a guy that can help with the transition. And like I said, the production's nothing that's going to jump off the screen at you. Only a 6.5 career sacks total, but this is a player that is a nice run stopper, and he is a player that can be effective in helping some of the younger players learn the new scheme, learn the how this whole thing works, help get the transition of the X's and O's, if that makes sense. Again, he's 31 years old, 6'3", 290 pounds, has some nice measurables there, but I do think that he's a player that isn't going to be challenging for a massive starting role, but, you know, maybe I could be wrong depending on how things shake out throughout training camp in the remainder of OTAs in the preseason. Now, Ross Jackson, he made a couple of good points, and I wanted to just share what he had to say. Friend of the program, shout out to Ross, go give him a follow. For what it's worth, Jonathan Bullard is an outstanding run defender. I mentioned that just a moment before. For a team like the Saints that finished number 31 against the run last year and ranked top 5 in missed tackles, getting a look at a guy that never missed more than 3 tackles in his career is smart. He's never missed more than 3 tackles in a season throughout his entire career. I got to say that that's a really, really good thing right there. And honestly, the fact that the Saints were really bad against the run, that has been something that they have been trying to address throughout this entire offseason, through free agency, through trades, through the draft process. I mean, look how bad they were. In opponents' yards per rush, they were 30th. Not good. Rushing yards per game, or rushes per game, 28.8. Rushing yards per game, 30th. Rushing yards per touchdown per game. I mean, it's just not great. The Saints defense was horrible in defending the run. And when it comes to Jonathan Bullard, he's another player that could be another addition that has been an attempt to try to mitigate this issue and try to relieve the Saints of this run defense that's been so bad. At the end of the day, I hope that this is a player that does make a good impact, but we'll have to see if he ends up making the roster, and we have to see if he even gets brought in. We're talking about him like he's on the team, but he hasn't even been signed yet. So would you sign Jonathan Bullard? Just give me a sign or a pass down in the comment section. Share your thoughts and let me know what you would do if you were Mickey Loomis. Put on your GM cap and let me know. All right, so let's talk more about this. I kind of mentioned it. I think that Jonathan Bullard could be a good player to help transition the New Orleans Saints into this new defensive scheme, which is going to be coached by Brandon Staley, the new defensive coordinator. And then Bo Davis, the defensive line coach, he's going to have some work to do with a lot of these players and how to get them acclimated into this new scheme. And this is going to be an entirely new look for the defense as a whole, but especially on the defensive line and especially up front at the linebacker position as well. I mean, the Saints have added a handful of players already throughout this offseason. Devon Godshaw, the Saints traded for a 2026 7th-round pick. I mean, that is awesome. Or 2025 7th-round pick. They traded a late No, it was a 2026 because they already had the 2025 draft. So, yeah, the 2026 7th-round pick. They traded for Devon Godshaw, run-stopping nose tackle from Louisiana. That's a really nice addition. Vernon Broughton was drafted early. Fadil Diggs was drafted late. Jonah Williams, Chris Rumph were two players that the Saints signed as well. And so these are players that are going to not only be solid run stoppers, but guys who have experience in the 3-4 defense that is trying to be implemented here in New Orleans. Traditionally, I mean, over the last, 10, 15 years, it's been a 4-3 defense led by Dennis Allen or whoever the previous coordinators were. And, this has been the same thing we've seen for, it feels like forever, 10, 15 plus years. It feels like it's been a long, long time. Now, there's been a handful of moves that the Saints have made that we've already talked about, but one big one that I also want to highlight is the fact that they brought back Chase Young for what it's worth, a 3-year, $51 million contract that actually saved them a bunch of money. Same with Juwan Johnson. They would have had to pay more money this year and would have had to have some sort of cap issues, blah, 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 blah. But long story short, he's making $17 million a year. That's actually pretty solid. It's 20th in the National Football League for average annual value across all edge rushers. He's a really, really excellent run stopper. He's a very talented, athletic pass rusher, and I'm excited to see him be a big, big factor and hopefully finally put it all together and be a dominant edge rusher and be a dominant force on the defensive line that hasn't really shined as much as we would have liked him to see since his rookie season with Washington. Now, we got more to talk about here in just a second. But first, I want to tell you guys about this awesome hoodie here. It's on sale. Guys, these are the sideline hoodies for the New Orleans Saints. They're on sale. It's $40 for the black and gold. I mean, come on now. They got all the sizes available. How could you not want to go and get one of these? I have this hoodie for what it's worth. One of my favorite hoodies, super duper comfortable. The pocket has like a little extra pocket in there so you can keep your like AirPods or your keys all together and stuff. It's awesome. I love this hoodie. Super comfortable. All the players have it. All the coaches have them. So you can get one as well. Chatsports.com/Saints hoodie sale. The link is clickable in the comments and description of this video. Let's get back on track here. I'm excited to see the new defense. I'm pumped up to see how this defense will shake out. I'm excited to see how they perform on game days. I'm excited to see a lot of different things about this team, because the Saints defense is going to be entirely different than what we've been used to over the last few years. And I'm excited to see some of these young guys finally step up to the plate and, take on the challenge of being starters. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor, another season of him, Quincy Riley. I mean, that's just the defensive back. We have like the defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties, there's the cornerbacks. Like there's excitement on the entire defensive side of the football. And, we've talked a lot about the defensive line today specifically, but I want to just give some love to the defensive backs and the linebackers. I think that those are two very, very exciting groups. The linebacker group, for what it's worth, in my opinion, is extremely, extremely good and very underrated. And I think that it is a quality squad. And the defensive backs, guys, the future of the defensive back squad is very bright. You have a really, really young cornerback group in Quincy Riley, Alontae Taylor, Kool-Aid McKinstry. This could be a sneaky, sneaky good squad. Not to mention you also have Isaac Yiadom, who is a veteran, but he's a nice player. You also have Rico Payton, who's been a very nice developmental piece as an undrafted free agent. I think that the cornerback group, Ugo Amadi as well, this is an exciting squad. Rajon Wright, Last Chance U legend. I think this could be a sneaky good group for the foreseeable future. Very young, very talented, still very, very cheap. Don't forget, by the way, we talked about defensive backs. Do not forget about the free agency splash the Saints made. Justin Reed, baby. The homecoming happened through free agency. If you forgot about it, well, I'm here to remind you, Justin Reed is wearing the black and gold this year, and I think that that's going to be an exceptional duo of him and Tyrann Mathieu once again, but just now in New Orleans. I'm really, really excited to see him also kind of be the starting safety moving forward as Tyrann Mathieu's career kind of winds down. Justin Reed's career can continue to prevail and can continue to shine, and he can continue to take over and be the starting safety for the Saints for the foreseeable future. But let's get to the linebackers. I mean, of course, you got Demario Davis. You got Pete Werner. But I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, there is one player I'm very, very excited to watch. This guy right here, Danny Stutzman. I am so, so excited to watch this guy in action. He is a tackling machine. He is a bolt of energy, and he's a player that I think can thrive in this New Orleans Saints defense, especially with Brandon Staley being the defensive coordinator. I think that he can get really creative with Danny Stutzman's usage. And I also think that he could be a player that can challenge Pete Werner, not to just play better, but potentially for a roster spot. And we could see what happens with Pete Werner. Maybe a trade him, maybe a cut him, maybe something happens with there. But point being, I don't care about all that right now. I care about seeing this guy get on the field on Sundays. He's already embracing this city. Go watch the video of him and the rest of the rookie class going out and doing the tour of New Orleans. It is awesome to see him embrace the city. It's also awesome to see him have a lot of fun at practices. He's a high energy player. A lot of the guys you can tell he's buddy with already. I'm just excited to watch Danny Stutzman. This was a player I was very high on, and the fact that we landed him in the draft, I was very, very thrilled. I was exceptionally happy when we ended up drafting this guy. Danny Stutzman's going to be a lot of fun this year. Now get loud for me, Saints fans. I want you to pretend like it's game day at the Dome. Let's go. You ready? Defense! 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 Type those D's in the comment section. Get loud for me, Who Dat Nation. And don't forget to subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports. If you haven't already, we provide daily content by Saints fans, for Saints fans, all around the black and gold. We go live throughout the week. We do interviews. We do short form content, regular videos, all sorts of great stuff. If you want anything around the black and gold, this is your one-stop shop to get everything. News, rumors, anything in between. Subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're on the road to 50K. And we'll see you next time for another video. Y'all stay golden.